In 1999, Broadcast.com was sold by Mark Cuban to Yahoo for $5.7 billion. He's currently a popular book author, longtime Shark Tank shark, owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and serial entrepreneur. For Mark Cuban's biggest investment strategy, do keep watching this video. Cuban thinks we should just embrace poverty. Although there isn't a single perfect investment technique, here's one that influenced Cuban's actions in the market. In actuality, it was this that laid the groundwork for how Cuban's investing brain functions. Cuban acknowledged the importance of the book Cashing In on the American Dream: How to Retire by the Age of 35 in an interview with Times Money magazine. The whole premise of the book was if one could save up to $1 million and live like a student, you could retire. However, you would need to practice financial self-discipline to save money and manage your spending once you arrive. Cuban says, "I did things like have 5 roommates and live off of macaroni and cheese and really was very frugal. I had the worst possible car." Cuban wants us to do the opposite of what we've been told. Cuban has often urged his followers to focus on their assignments rather than follow their excitement. In markets, people frequently chase the action, believing that if others are buying or selling, they too should follow suit. Instead, everyone should conduct their research and have a solid justification for buying or selling a stock. When unsure what to do, Cuban advises being still. The markets will work in your advantage over the course of several years. Additionally, Cuban advises against ever investing in order to get oneself out of a jam. Cuban maintains that the same criteria apply to investing as a way out of financial problems, just like you shouldn't gamble unless you have to win, as it's never a good idea. On February 3rd, Cuban tweeted, "If you're purchasing because you need the price to increase and fix a financial hole that you're in, it's the exact wrong moment to trade, and we must all show respect to those who decide to sell because they must. What happens in the market is irrelevant to bills. Get going, then return later." Cuban also has some harsh words for the stock market, which most investors consider to be capitalism's most effective tool for creating wealth. He gave guidance to young individuals who don't know what to do with their money in 2007 through his blog. He stated, "Place it in a bank. The idiots who advise you to invest your money in the market because it'll eventually increase must do so because they're attempting to sell you something. The stock market is likely the worst type of investment there is. Never invest money where you don't have an information edge if you won't put it in a bank. Why put your money into a venture just because a broker advised you to? If the broker had a clue, they wouldn't be brokers. Instead, they would be lounging on a beach." But if one does invest in the market, he advises us to buy an index fund. Not everyone will create a profitable software firm from the ground up, and they don't necessarily want to be labeled idiots for stock market investments. Okay, but at least Cuban wants students to refrain from selecting their own stocks or investing in pricey mutual funds. He offers the same advice that fellow billionaire investor Warren Buffett has long since given: purchasing an index fund. What does Cuban think of his losses? Like everyone else, Mark Cuban has had some successful and unsuccessful investments throughout his career. However, the billionaire has accepted this reality, at least when it comes to ABC's Shark Tank. On Saturday, Cuban stated on Twitter that on a financial basis, he's experienced a net loss on his numerous Shark Tank investments. According to one online estimate, these investments totaled more than $61 million since Cuban joined the program in 2011. This estimate is based on Cuban's on-screen investment, which doesn't always result in a deal that's ultimately completed after the fact. Cuban wrote, "With my Shark Tank firms, I'm good with that. I don't participate in the show to secure the best investments. Furthermore, I don't always invest because I anticipate making money. Sometimes I only make deals to benefit others or to make a statement." Cuban noted that the net loss doesn't include any of his active investments in private companies, only the companies he's exited. Cuban thinks it's important to support the aspirations and goals of others. Cuban's self-analysis sparked a discussion because he admitted that a company's worth merely indicates how his investment might be rising on paper because it isn't liquid and he can't use its value to buy anything without first selling his shares. He tweeted to his followers, "Should a liquid valuations count?" Additionally, it offers a glimpse into the billionaire's investment philosophy, at least with regard to Shark Tank. As a vegetarian since at least 2019, Cuban has invested in several vegan food firms on the show. He's also talked about having a soft spot for entrepreneurs with good work ethics that need a boost to reach the next level of success. When someone has previously taken the plunge and started a successful firm, that's what truly motivates Cuban. And according to a 2011 interview on TV Tango, they put all into it. These people give their entire being, their heart, their soul, their time, and everything else to the company. Additionally, they put it on the line, and all they really need is a little assistance. Cuban stated that the more money he puts on the line, the less willing he is to take a risk on something that won't return his investment. Spending money to send a message may be largely worthless if the company doesn't succeed enough for consumers to hear the message.